you know that when tourists spend money, the economic impact can be mixed. This is called direct impact. It happens when tourist spending goes straight into businesses like hotels, restaurants, souvenir shops, and transportation services. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council, direct contribution to GDP from tourism includes activities directly linked to travel such as accommodation services, airlines, and other passenger services. In their 2024 economic impact report, WTC explains these direct effects are crucial because they create immediate income, jobs, and good in local economies. For example, when tourists pay for a guided tour, the guide receives money right away, which they can then spend in their own community. This money moves fast, fueling economic circulation. So next time you travel, remember your spending doesn't just buy you an experience. It's also directly support someone's businesses, income, and livelihood.
Hello, mabuhay. When you hear the word tourism, what comes to mind? Hotels, tour guides, restaurant, souvenir shops. These are the direct players in tourism and the ones you see and interact with the tourists. But behind them is a much bigger network don't usually notice. So let's talk about something called indirect impact. It's the effect that tourism has on supporting industries, businesses that help the tourism industry run smoothly. Even if they never deal with the tourists directly, then, for example, a farmer might never meet a tourist, but they sell fresh produce to restaurants and hotels that serve meals to visitors. Because for every direct tourism job, more jobs are created indirectly, often behind the scenes in agriculture, manufacturing, logistics, cleaning services, and more. So next time you think about tourism, remember it's not just about the fun and the travel. It's about the farmers, the drivers, the small shop owners, all working behind the scene to make it all possible. Thank you.
Sustainable tourism offers both immediate and lasting effects. In the short term, it can boost local economies, create jobs, and improve livelihoods. According to a literature review on tourism impacts from the National Library of Medicine, however, it can also lead to challenges such as traffic, congestion, and environmental degradation to a popular destination, as noted in a 2021 study published in Ecological Economics. In the long term, sustainable tourism can preserve natural and cultural heritage while fostering economic stability, according to a research on developing regions in the International Journal of Research and Academic Horizons. But there are also risks, such as gradual ecosystem degradation of the commodification of culture if sustainability principles are not strictly followed, as highlighted by the Frontenac Arc Biosphere Network. The takeaway is clear as the evidence shows sustainable tourism works best when short-term benefits are balanced with long-term protection, so destinations can remain thriving for future generations.
Hi everyone! Today let's talk about the positive environmental impacts of sustainable tourism. Because tourism doesn't always have to harm the environment. In fact, if done right, it can help protect and preserve our planet. And now, let's start with the first one. First is sustainable tourism practices. Sustainable tourism is all about traveling responsibly. This means supporting eco-friendly accommodation, minimizing plastic use, conserving energy and water, and respecting local ecosystem. When travelers and businesses follow sustainable practices, they help reduce the tourism industry's carbon footprint and promote greener alternatives. And it's tourism with a purpose, not just to enjoy a destination, but to protect it too. Sustainable tourism doesn't just protect the environment, it also protects culture. by promoting authentic local experience and supporting indigenous communities. Tourism helps preserve traditional ways of life. Instead of replacing culture, it celebrates it. This prevents overdevelopment and protects the natural landscape that are often deeply connected to local identity.
Today I will discuss the economic impact of tourism, including its potential downsides. Tourism's economic impact refers to how travel and tourism activities influence a country's, regions, or community's economy. It includes income generated from tourist spending, the creation of jobs in tourism related sectors, foreign exchange earning, and the growth of local industries and infrastructure. On the positive side, tourism stimulates job creation both directly in hotels, restaurants, and attractions, and indirectly in supporting industries like transport and retail. It generates income for individuals and the government through taxes. It also promotes infrastructure development such as better roads, airport, utilities that benefit both tourists and residents. Furthermore, tourism boosts local industries such as crafts, agriculture, and entertainment, and contributes significantly to foreign exchange earnings. However, tourism also brings negative economics impacts that communities must address. Number 1. Seasonal jobs. Many tourism jobs are temporary, leading to unstable income for workers. Number 2. Overdependence on tourism. Relying too heavily on tourism makes economics vulnerable to crises such as pandemics or natural disasters. Number 3. Rising prices. Increased tourist demand can drive up costs of goods, services, and housing, making them less affordable for locals. Number 4. Economic leakage. A significant portion of tourism revenue may leave the local economy, especially when foreign-owned companies dominate. Number 5. Unequal benefits. Tourism income is often unevenly distributed with profits concentrated among large businesses instead of small, community-based enterprises. In conclusion, while tourism can be a powerful driver of economic growth, careful planning, regulation, and diversification are essential to ensure that its benefits outweigh its drawbacks. Sustainable tourism practices can help balance economic gains with long-term community well-being. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and mabuhay. I'm Almea Cacho, and today I'm going to be discussing the positive and negative impacts in sustainable tourism. According to Europe Travel Experiences, sustainable tourism creates jobs, supports local businesses, and keeps revenue in the community. Ecologists and tours also fund conservation projects and improve infrastructures. But Wikipedia notes there's a downside. Revenue can leak out when foreign companies dominate. Seasonal tourism causes unstable outcome, and sustainable infrastructure can be expensive to build. World Travel warns that tourism can raise local costs and not everyone benefits equally. The key? Minimize leakage. Plan for stability and ensure fair benefit sharing, so tourism stays surely sustainable.
Good day everyone and mabuhay. Today I will discuss the social cultural impact of tourism with a focus on its positive contribution to host communities. Social cultural impact refers to the way of tourism affect the social structure, cultural practices, lifestyle, value, and relationship of a destination. This impact arises from direct interaction between visitor and local resident. While tourism can bring challenge, its positive effects can be transformative for community. First, tourism can increase pride in cultural heritage when visitors show interest in local tradition, arts, and historical sites, and to inspire communities to value and celebrate their own identity. This renewed pride often leads to stronger community bond and the continuation of age-old custom. Second, tourism supports the preservation and revitalization of local culture. Revenue generated from tourists can fund the restoration of historic landmarks, the revival of traditional craft, and the protection of indigenous language, festival, cultural performance are often maintained and promoted because tourists seek this authentic experience. Third, tourists foster great cross-cultural understanding and tolerance. Through meaningful exchange, both tourists and locals learn from one another, broadening perspective, breaking stereotype, and building mutual respect among different cultures. In summary, tourism, when managed responsibly, serves as a bridge between people and culture, and it strengthens community pride, safeguards heritage, and promotes harmony among diverse societies, making vital force cultural enrichment global connection. Thank you.
Mabuhay! Let's talk about the downside of sociocultural impact. Sociocultural changes can have negative effects, disrupting societies and cultures. One major issue is the loss of traditional cultures as dominant cultures take over, leading to a decline in unique practices and languages. Social structures can also be destabilized with urbanization and migration, weakening family ties and increasing social isolation. Additionally, sociocultural changes can worsen social inequalities, creating divides between those who benefit from new opportunities and those who are left behind. Environmental damage is another concern, as economic growth often leads to pollution and depletion of resources. To ensure fair and sustainable progress, it's important to recognize and address these negative impacts.